Hello YouTube, and welcome to episode 11 of our two-handed Savagery Archon playthrough, where last time we did the Fort Icon prison, we killed Lucius, we got the supplies back, and now it's time to move on to the Necropolis. But first, there's a couple of things to take care of. Captain Reeves here will tell us about a witch downstairs who we'll go talk to, and also I got a level up, so we're going to put 2 points in the bar, 1 point into Storm Touched, again for more attack speed, a bit more physical damage. And I think we'll just hang on to these points for now. I'll probably end up putting them in Cunning, maybe another 10 in Physique, but I'll just hang on to them for now. With Anastasia here, Captain Reeves wants you dead. You can either attack her, in which case you will get more faction standing with the Black Legion, or you can talk to her until... where is it? Why should I trust you? Okay. You can defy Reeve. Now this gives you minus 250 with the Black Legion, and plus 250 with the Outcast. Don't take her quests. Every quest you do with her will reduce your standing with the Black Legion, and I'll show you in a second here. Where is the Outcast? The things she has you do, or the things that give standing with her... Where is she? Oh, here we go, the Outcast. Killing Ethereals. You're going to kill tons of Ethereals. Killing Chthonians. You will kill tons of Chthonians. These two alone will be enough to cap her reputation. The one playthrough I actually did where I did all of her quests, she was capped first, like by a long way, and I lost a ton of Black Legion reputation to do it. It's not worth it. Just tell her you're not gonna kill her, and then don't take her quests. Alright, continuing on. Looks like the Aether pod I had from last episode just wore off. This section through here is a lot of Ethereals. Would have been nice to still have that, but c'est la vie. If you're coming through here on ultimate difficulty, it's definitely best to stick to the left side rather than going right like I am. There is a very aggressive boss, I think his name is Locksmere, on the right side here. Only shows up in ultimate, but if you're not ready for it, she will absolutely murder you before you even know she's there. She's very fast, very aggressive, and yeah, if you're not ready for it, prepare to die. We're kind of getting to the point now where the relic we stole from the rovers earlier on is kind of falling off in value, so it may be time to consider maybe making like a lifesteal relic, or perhaps a physical damage one. Regardless, the active on that is falling off in terms of percent damage, no longer being as massive as it once was, and we just don't have issues with energy because we just don't use it. Alright, so through here you basically just follow the road. There is a rift into one of the Chthonian hellscapes. You can do that if you want. I'm going to come back and do it later once I have the quest with the rovers. And this Slave Bane Gargoth is also in that area, so I'm just going to do it all at the same time and save myself from having to do it a bunch. See that there, plus 35 with the Outcast? Like, literally every one of these we kill is giving us reputation. Whether it's Ethereals, Chthonians, or it's literally both, will give us reputation. So she will be maxed very quickly. And the other thing with her as well is she doesn't really have a lot of stuff that I care about for this character. I don't think we are using any of her augments, and most of her faction armor and such is for casters, so she'll get to Revered when she gets there, and I just don't think I care. Right, so in this section there is one shrine. There is the waypoint. Even though this place looks like a maze, as long as you just keep heading north, you will get to where you need to go, because all these different paths, they all funnel into the waypoint at the end. On the right side though is, I think it's here, a pathway to a crypt, and inside that crypt is another devotion shrine, which I want. I think it's up here. Yeah, it is. Alright, so we're gonna see if lightning can strike twice in the same evening. I'm recording episode 11 straight after episode 10. I'm gonna drop a portal and see if I can remember to not reset it before I use it. So I'm gonna continue back this way towards the rift. This rift is going to be another one you have to fight for. We are going to do this as well. Yeah, this rift coming up is going to be one you have to fight for. If you are at a certain point on the quest for Death Vigil or Caimans, then you will have help in the form of whoever it is that you resurrected with them. I think we're past that point, although I could be wrong. As I said before, I haven't really done Caimans very often, so I'm quite unfamiliar with the questline. I may actually be one quest behind. I think I may have to do Bane Gargoth before I do the ritual to summon back their hero. So potentially I don't have help, but that's fine, I don't need it. Just clear some of this trash before I pop the shrine. Playing a Death Knight has definitely spoiled me, because, well, I can't show you the skill, but, what is it called? Spirit Bindings? Spectral Wrath, I think it is. Just retaliates against everything, and then because it's a buff that is actually hitting them, it counts as an attack, so all of the damage procs and things you have on you all trigger off of it. And so I could have just stood there on a Death Knight and they would shoot me and then they would all die. But unfortunately on this build you don't get that. We will get some kind of passive damage later on. Maybe around level 60 or so when we get up to the Guardians of Empyrean, but that's going to be a little while. Okay, so Rift is swarming with Chthonians. We just kill them. I think we're powerful enough at the moment with enough chaos resist that this should be pretty easy. Yep, there we go. So now that all the work is done, Orgrim will show up and send us off to bash some blood cards. So when you're doing this as well, this says destroy the northern, eastern, and western blood cards. Those directions are... I'm going to be generous and just say they're wrong. The blood cards are definitely not to the north, east, and west of the Necropolis. But they are always in the same place, so as long as you have a general idea where they are, you'll be able to find them. That was one of them. So I guess this technically counts as west, which it has ticked the western box for, which is nice. But wait till you see where the others are. So that one counts as the northern. So I guess west, north, you would expect the east one to be over here, and it's more like up here. may have already passed it. I think I have. No, here it is. Okay, so it is kind of where you would expect it. To me though, north kind of suggests that it's at the top of the area, which would be up here, but that's where the Bastion of Chaos is, so... I don't know, maybe they should have called the northern one the central blood wagon. To me it's not really north. But anyway, another shrine, another pile of goodies. Hopefully we'll get something nice. Having said that, I don't really know what nice would look like. Hammer of Eternal Wrath, perhaps? Nope, one-handed. Yeah, that's no good. Potentially some armor upgrades. That's got physical damage. It's got one resist only and it's quite low, so that's no good. Yeah, I think we just leave it and move on. So killing those blood wagons has opened up the central area, so we can now go in and fight the boss of the base game. So that will be the Loghorrean. He does poison and chaos, I believe, mostly. Another 1 point in Storm Touched, and I am going to take the modifier on this just for the attack damage converted to health. The major threat from the Loghorrean is when he spews his poison breath or whatever it is on you, and that's poison damage. It can shotgun you, so how's our poison resist? Pretty good. It's not capped, same with all of our resists except for piercing, but it's pretty good. I think it'll be enough. I remember the first time I did this place, oh, I was terrified. I was convinced like the whole time I'm gonna die in 3 seconds flat. And I think I did the first time I came in here, because I wasn't really... You know, being a fresh player, especially coming from other ARPGs where your resistances are like, yeah, they're nice to have, but they're not critical this early on. And then coming to Grim Dawn, where if you don't have good resistances, some bosses will just straight up murder you. Zarya was my first death to that sort of thing. So by the time we finish Malmo, I definitely want to have every resistance capped for Elite, which should be pretty doable. There can be a massive green slug here. He will probably, I think, be in front of the door to the next area since he's not here. But there's a couple different places he can spawn, and usually I see him there. He can be a little bit of a pain as well if your resistances are not under control. See that Forsaken Totem? Probably do that. So just in here, you'll see this loose torch. That'll open up this hole in the wall here, and you'll be able to get to the hidden spoils. I can't be bothered going around for it. We're just going to do this. So this guy here, see he is arcane. If you don't kill him before he throws his energy ball at you, if that energy ball hits you, it will strip off your buffs. So we would lose, for example, Mogdragon's Pact and the Void Ward. Also, because of the type of monster he was, a Rylock, he actually has an aura that just removes a huge chunk of your health. So if you go back and watch the video, this 8,000 number, while he was alive, it was probably more like 6,000. Is this going to be better than what I have? That flat offensive ability would be quite nice, but I think no. So in front of the door is where I'm expecting to find the big green slug. And then we'll go down one more level, and then in front of the next door is another boss. I think that's going to be a dead end. Pretty sure we're going to have to go around the top. And then we're fighting the Loghorrean. Yeah, here he is. Bane Galgalore. Not to be confused with Bane Gargoth, who is in another zone. So the door is opened, and it's not this one he's talking about. Again, this lore is actually pretty good. The way they do the lore in this game, where it's almost all included in lore notes, it's definitely pretty cool. It allows people who don't care for that sort of thing to largely ignore it, but for the people who are interested in it, it gives you something to search out. You get XP for reading them, or at least for right-clicking on them. Whether you actually read it or not is up to you. But yeah, the story is pretty good. It's a very grim sort of world, which fits with the name, I guess. Okay, so one more boss to fight to open the door, and then we fight the boss. Now, there's a lot of tentacles in this, but all this stuff around here actually doesn't hurt you. You can stand next to it for, you know, however long you like. It's not going to actually do any damage. Another big green slug. This one considerably less tanky. What is Seraphim? I'm not sure what that prefix does. So we're getting more standing with the Kaimons, more standing with Anasteria. It's all good. Alright, here we go. Bloodlord Thalanus. We're just gonna apply the beatdown. No problem. Apothecary's Sign is a medal, which we are not going to use, but we will take it. So the final seal, another lore note. Alright. So for the Loghorrean, our resistances are not amazing, but I think the major two types he does is Poison and Chaos, so we should be okay. But let's go find out. We're going to have some help for this fight with Ulgrim. Now for this fight, I watch his mouth. When it glows green, I run away. And other than that, I just keep hitting him. Right, it's green, run. That does a lot of damage. Okay, phase 1 is done, and Ulgrim is gone, so now it's just me. We're glowing green, so I'm running away. Again, I'm just watching the mouth. If I see green, I run. And otherwise I just keep hitting him. Up, green mouth, run away. And that's it. Enemy boss killed. Reputation, so there's the Outcast again. Kaiman's chosen. Who else do we get? Okay, you may now access Elite, and the quest is done. So now let's collect our loot. Loghorrean's treasure chest. Okay, so probably nothing in here is going to be that amazing. We will take it all, however. This item always makes me laugh whenever I find it. Where is it? The Finger of Gar-Dalver. So the fallen Gar-Dalver had only one thing to say to his executioners. And as you can see, it's just a finger. Alright. So we'll go back to Fort Icon, which we can't do from here. Let's try that again. We'll go back to Fort Icon, and we'll talk with Inquisitor Creed. We'll vendor all these items. When you first complete this quest, and when you first kill the Loghorrean, the quest completion reward is a purple item. It's going to be interesting to see if we can use it. Okay. So we now have access to the Ugdenbog, which is the next area we'll be starting in the next video, I think. Although I'm going to go through the gear. Our purple item that we got, a one-handed axe, definitely no good for us, so I'm going to vendor that. Fizz damage, chaos damage. I think we'll keep the one we have just for the stun duration and for the convenience of not having to rip off the augment, or the component, sorry. Belts I don't need. Pants. Poison, bleed. Oh, that's all damage. No, I don't care about that. Those are quite nice pants. It would nuke our resistances though, so can't use that unfortunately. Not interested. No. Blues I don't care. Guns I definitely don't care. Weapons I don't really care either. That armor, not really. Alright, I think we just sell it all and I'll find better stuff later. Alright, that'll do us for episode number 11. Come back next time where we will start the Ugdenbog over here. Thanks very much for watching, and see you next time.